Valtteri Bottas's future could be headed to Cadillac, as reports from trustworthy media sources have already revealed the contractual obligations both sides have agreed to. The Finn, a 10-time race winner, is expected to be announced as a driver for the American squad in just a matter of days. But as the saying goes, when one door closes, another one opens. So what does this mean for Cadillac's second seat? Will they opt for two highly experienced drivers, or will they take a risk on a youngster who could learn from Bottas the same way Kimi learns from him at Mercedes right now? One thing is certain, there is no doubt that Bottas's future in F1 as a full-time driver has already been confirmed by Toto Wolff. And now, this saga has just received an exciting new twist. According to Racing News 365, Bottas is already a member of Cadillac, and we're just waiting for the finer details to hit the media. Of course, we knew Bottas was Cadillac's top priority, but we also knew that he was in a head-to-head battle with Sergio Perez for that spot. That decision could still change in the near future because Cadillac may want to field two experienced drivers, at least for the first couple of years of their Formula One journey, something we'll be diving into in this video. The potential signing of Bottas, even though not yet officially confirmed by the team or the Finnish driver, would be a massive boost to Cadillac's campaign to fight at the front. And honestly, if you think about it, there couldn't be a better veteran to build their F1 debut around. 5 years competing with the most dominant team of the era, Mercedes, 10 race wins, never missing Q3. On top of that, he has 3 years of experience driving Ferrari-powered engines with Sauber. The fact that he even returned to the Mercedes family as a reserve driver and mentor for Kimi shows just how valuable an asset Bottas is, and that's probably why Cadillac chose to pursue him over Perez. But let's not jump the gun. Cadillac hasn't completely given up on Chico just yet. They simply wanted to lock in Bottas first. The Finn's experience, and the fact that he's been at the top of the sport for longer than Perez, is what ultimately tipped the scales in his favor. And while nothing has been made official, we know for a fact that Bottas's #1 priority was to return to Formula One full-time in 2026 with Cadillac. We've seen that from the video he posted on X, and we even heard it, or rather, didn't hear it, when he dodged questions from Nico Rosberg during the Grand Prix broadcast. So, what exactly are Cadillac's plans for Bottas? Well, he needs to adapt to their machinery as soon as possible. According to sources close to the team, they're preparing a TPC test for the Finn in an old Ferrari. Since the American squad is currently using Ferrari engines, they do have the right to run Ferrari cars in TPC testing. Of course, their ultimate goal is to compete with their own American-made power units, but that won't be ready until 2029. That raises another interesting question. What will Bottas do with his current role at Mercedes? Despite some people downplaying his contribution there, that's not the reality. Even if Bottas signs with Cadillac now, he'll still need to finish his duties with Mercedes until the end of the year. This makes things slightly complicated for Cadillac because while they can use him for TPC testing, they cannot rely on him for simulator development. And that's where the second seat becomes even more important. If Cadillac is already committed to Bottas, then they'll need a strong second driver, ideally one with experience to handle simulator duties and help develop the car's aerodynamics. If that driver turns out to be Sergio Perez, Cadillac would be in a very strong position heading into 2026. Say what you want about Chico, but he's a proven driver with experience across multiple teams. Just because he struggled with Red Bull doesn't make him a bad driver. We saw Lawson and Tsunoda struggle in the RB21 as well. That's exactly why Mario Andretti, Cadillac's current director, had a lot of faith that Perez could still be a viable option for the team. The only problem, things with Bottas developed quickly, pushing Perez's chances into uncertain territory. Still, the question remains, will Bottas line up alongside Perez, or will Cadillac place a rookie next to him? One thing about Perez that Cadillac can't ignore is his massive financial backing. It's believed that his sponsors are ready to drop $30 million into the account of whichever team signs him. And if you're a brand new team entering Formula One, a sport with astronomical costs, how do you say no to that kind of money? Plus, it's not as if they'd be signing a paid driver with no talent. Perez has shown flashes of brilliance at Red Bull. The problem wasn't him, it was the car's development direction. Even Lawson and Tsunoda failed to adapt to it. From this perspective, Cadillac's top priority might be finding a second driver who can carry the simulator development. This is where Mick Schumacher could have been a strong option, given his massive simulator experience with Mercedes. But Cadillac seems to have other plans for Mick. Reports suggest he's already signed with their WEC program, which includes an F1 reserve role. So that narrows down the list for the second seat. Cadillac's philosophy is still believed to be pairing Bottas with a younger driver who can learn and grow alongside him. But realistically, none of the current candidates inspire much confidence compared to Perez. Names like Jack Crawford, Alex Dunn, and Felipe Drugovich are on the list. Among them, Drugovich stands out. He's an F2 champion and has been an F1 reserve for years. Still, as promising as they may be, none bring the same immediate impact that Perez does. This is why Cadillac is seriously considering a Bottas-Perez pairing. Two experienced drivers could give them the perfect launchpad for their first years in Formula One. But then again, their long-term future might take a back seat. Another wildcard is Yuki Tsunoda. If he becomes available after 2025, which is highly likely given his performance at Red Bull, Cadillac could see him as a redemption project. A change of scenery might be exactly what Yuki needs to prove himself. All of this shows that Cadillac is holding all the cards right now, and it also explains why they've been so cautious and deliberate with their announcements. They're carefully planning every move, even considering leadership dynamics. It's almost certain that Graham Luden will stay on as team principal heading into the new regulations, but when someone like Christian Horner is on the market, you can't help but imagine the possibilities. With all this in mind, what do you think about Bottas's contractual agreement with Cadillac? And more importantly, do you think he's the best driver they could have chosen for their project? Let us know in the comments below, and once you do that, make sure to click the video that's appearing on your screen right now.